Yo, Nome 9. It was a good card. Niner main events 9. How you feel about the card altogether, June?
I thought it was great. I thought it was one of the best events URL had in a while. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely fire. All the battles besides like one, I fucked with. So that's how I felt.
Yeah, they were good. I think it was good.
So if y'all don't know, it's me, Direct. Once again, we back with the podcast. It's my man June Peas.
You already know June P.
My man Steve Digi, who you might have seen in the original video. We was arguing with my man Black Hoodie MJ, who was defending Lux to the death. But and y'all was giving him a hard time. I wish MJ was here, yo. He be having the most ridiculous opinions with the most well thought out and backed up, you know what I'm saying, theories behind them.
You make it sound good.
Right? So we're gonna get right into the card. You know me, I missed a 2-hour blog, but we ain't got time like that. So we want to go in order?
Yeah, we might as well.
All right. John the Don versus Jakkboy Main, man.
Is that like the first body in 2 rounds?
I feel like people have gotten bodied in 2 rounds, but they rapped the third.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the crowd was screaming body, but they continued to go on.
Jakkboy had some decent verses. It wasn't like they were
verses or lines in one verse.
Or a verse. His first round was dope. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, it was fire. The Hitman shit he had, like the remix to it.
He ain't got a Hitman can't remix it because the bullet's still in this
Still
thing.
in him, some shit like that. That shit was fire.
I mean, he had a decent second. I mean, he choked, but then he came back and like he was able to bring it back, and he still got some good response from people. I mean, he was spitting some
Hold on,
bars.
choke? What was he fumbling around in the first round?
Nah.
He did it both rounds to me, and then the second round he kind of choked and he stopped. But then
The second round he flatlined.
Yeah, he choked.
So hold on, let's get we jumping all over the place. So let's give people a timeline. So in the first round, Jakkboy came out and
it was a solid round.
Yeah, it was a solid round. He had the Hitman. He can't do a remix because the bullet's still in this nigga. Got a huge crowd reaction. John went, and I felt John won the first round. And here's the people want to clown Jakkboy and all that, but if we're gonna be honest, did he arguably win the first round or no?
It was a debatable round, I think.
Me watching it live, I didn't see it as debatable. You know what I'm saying? Like when John finished with his first, like I had it clear like John won that round.
But this is what I'm saying. I felt like John won, but I mean it wasn't like the second round.
Right.
It was just like it was a good round. I'm sure his fans gonna be like he won or whatever.
Oh, I don't know. How many fans does he have left after this?
Well, I mean at the time, he got at least 4. How many goons got it?
I don't even think Gooni's on the side anymore for after that shit.
Because the chain.
Yeah,
so second round, basically Jakkboy. This is where Jakkboy messed up, cause he's sitting here. It's like this is a dude you almost fought. We was all right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
We was all right there. They almost fought. You know what I'm saying? This real beef. I don't want to call it beef, but it's real static tension behind what they have going on. People said they was gonna fuck each other up and all this. You finally face to face, and he was just making mad like, I had your mom giving me head jokes. It's like there's a whole timeline of shit you could talk about.
Real. That's real. That's how I felt too. Like he was just drifting off too much on like your mom shit. I'll fuck your moms and now he said some pause-worthy shit too. Like I'll long stroke something and everybody was like, what the fuck is you talking about?
He was on the mom thing for both rounds, but you know what I think it was? I think it was a defensive move because if you look at the face-off the day before, he was talking about how he was like, Harriet, you told people about my mom's being a hoe or something like that or whatever. Yeah. So I feel like that was his Eminem like defensive. Let me hurry up and start saying something about mom.
Yeah.
Hold on. Now, are you saying Harriet said his mom was a hoe? Like.
Listen, I don't want to mess up the quote. I don't exactly know.
But this is what he said though.
This is what he said.
All right.
He was talking when he was doing the face-off with John. They were saying some stuff about what Harriet said.
Harriet's from Bullpen, by the way, yeah.
And they were talking about basically how he put how John put his mom's name out there and all this type of stuff, and he's talking greasy about his mom's and she's a hoe or something like that, right? So then the next day, the round where he's talking about John's mom's, I feel like, oh, okay, that's his way of being like, yo, I'm gonna jump on the whole.
But he wasn't even playing
defense.
Defense. He wasn't like, yeah, I heard you got some shit about my mom.
No, but I mean, it's defense for the fact of like, hey, I'm talking about your mom, so now if John talk about his mom, then it's like a little bit off of that because it's like, oh, boy, they just talking about each other's moms. So then, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's a strategy.
It was James Harden defense. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, I can agree on that.
It's James Harden defense.
Hey, I'm saying it's a theory. You know what I mean? I didn't talk to him. He didn't tell me this. But it seemed like a theory just by listening to it on hand.
So,
all right, yeah.
So John comes out and basically, he was already like when he said like I give him this, he'll take that, jack of all trades. He was beating him off of like good bars already. Then he takes out Walmart chains is something we got to deal with. Like I knew it was over after that.
It was over. That angle was played to like perfectly.
So,
T, like.
so look, right? So y'all don't see them, but our man's Danny and Sam is right here, right? So I'm gonna explain to y'all so you understand, right? There's a group in battle rap called the Goonies, okay? So the Goonies, they a pretty popular group. They got a real popular battle called New Jersey Twerk, and one of these guys, Jakkboy, is the one we talking about, who battled John, right? So they all got these chains that say Black Wealth on them, right? So John, you know, him and Jack is going back and forth online before the battle. John tweets out a picture of Jakkboy with the Black Wealth chain on, like, you know, the little split picogram joints, and the other side is like, yo, this joint is $79.99 at Walmart, same exact chain.
Right.
So everybody's like, yo, body bag before the battle start, right? So in the middle of this battle, John is like, yo, mind you, Jakkboy doesn't have his chain on in the battle, right?
Right.
So I don't know if he didn't wear it, like, oh, I don't want to give him ammo, or John paid somebody's little sister to sneak in their hotel room. Is there like a story on like how John got the chain?
Nah, all I know is that Jay Black got it right now.
Well, I heard
he bought it. That's what the story is.
He bought it?
Yeah,
Jay Black?
No.
Oh.
John said he bought it for $79. That's what he said in the verse.
Well, listen though, right? $79. So the thing about it is that somebody said that the only reason John bought it is because Rum Nitty gave him the Walmart discount.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Nah, somebody said that Jakkboy jumped in the crowd to get his chain back.
That was the real reason he jumped in the crowd.
This is mad funny.
Hilarious.
So anyway, so they battling whatever. John pulls out the chain. Walmart chain is something you got to deal with. He's cutting him on the chain. Everybody's ready for it, so everybody's laughing or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so this is what made it so intense to me. So if you notice, when he pulls out the chain, Twerk tried to snatch it real quick, like, oh, like you ain't gonna disrespect us, and it just made it funnier because it was like, like why you mad, doggy? You know what I'm saying? So it's already funny. You can see Twerk just steaming.
Yeah.
But that's
you know
real bad anyway because you saying that a $79 chain is what represent your crew like that. That's why people. But the fact that he tried to snatch it would make people really think that with that maybe this was taken from Jakkboy.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. They kind of played into it.
Yeah.
That's why you're just supposed to be like, man, that shit. We got the real shits over here. You got the fake shit.
Right.
So, and John is spitting the Jakkboy, drops the chain on the ground in front of him, J Hood D Block style.
Right.
Drops the chain in front of him. Oh, I'm just dropping jewels.
Yo, that was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy.
Everybody going crazy, right?
Yeah.
So then, the shit that just shut. This is what the battle was already over, but this is what just put the battle in the super over casket mode. Is when he said, "Hey, you want your chain back?"
He threw it in the crowd.
Go get it, nigga!
He's like, go get the shit. Like that shit was crazy.
So everybody's going crazy.
And ironically, he ended up jumping in the crowd. Not at that moment, but like later on and shit. It was mad funny.
So Tay Rock punches John 15 times. Yeah, nigga.
Right.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah. I didn't know. Tay Rock said this on Twitter. He was punching him because he wouldn't give up his water bottle. So he punched him 1,000,000 times. He gave up the water bottle. And then Tay Rock proceeds to throw his water bottle wherever the chain got thrown to. Like, I saw you throw something, I need to throw something. And it just made it way funnier. Now, Steve put me on to something about the third round. So in the third round, while Jakkboy is rapping, which I give him props for even attempting to rap. But in the third round, while he's rapping, the lights go off and people start booing his verse and the lights at the same time, right? Now, Steve said that
the deal was if you look at the day before, again, the face off or whatever, Jakkboy was also talking about, you didn't want to take me in band. So he was already setting up. He was already strategizing the day before. Everything he does was set up for this, which, you could compliment him for doing. And what he was saying was that you wouldn't battle me on Band Legacy. You wouldn't battle this or whatever. So his thing was on this day he was gonna turn Nome into a Band Legacy. So
that's why the lights went off, and they were like, "Oh, turn the lights on."
A lot of people didn't know. People didn't know. Smack didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah.
But seriously,
only Jakkboy and the light man knew.
Because God was coming to some shit like that.
No, I think Beasley and a few people knew. Everybody knew, but just Smack didn't know, and the crowd didn't know. Most of the crowd didn't know.
So the lights go off, and he takes his shirt off. You gonna get no shirt, Jack. So for y'all,
why would he take his shirt off
He-
in the dark too? By the way,
he basically they got this battle series called Band, and it's like in a real dark room, and it got like one spotlight like this, right? And he came with no shirt on, and he like killed it. So everybody was like, "Yo, he's better with no shirt on." So he made them turn off the lights in the venue and battle with no shirt on, right? So mind you, he's already losing really bad.
Had he took off his shirt?
Huh?
Had he taken off his shirt?
Yeah, he did. He
yeah, from
it was so
from the
dark.
outside looking in, that sounds crazy.
So he's out here with the noob sidebot joint with no shirt on.
The news.
And here's the craziest part, right? This is the funniest part of the whole battle. So the whole time Jakkboy's rapping and all you can see is his silhouette moving and shit. There's one spotlight on the stage that's on DNA, and DNA is just going. DNA's making the most like, I don't know what to do with my face. You know what I'm saying?
That's DNA period. Like,
So
24/7.
So people's booing his silhouette. They booing that he took his shirt off. They booing that he's rapping and they had enough of him. And all they can see is DNA going like this. Right? So I'm like, yo, this is mad funny for 14 reasons, right?
Yeah.
So while he's rapping, normal hecklers in the crowd. Boo, time. Shit niggas say when they want you to just hurry up.
Right.
He jumps off the stage, tries to fight a heckler in the crowd. Mind you, it's dark. So I don't know how he knew who it was, but he was like, yo, that shadow over there was getting crazy with me. I'm fucking that shadow up. So while he's in the crowd for, a minute? The lights are still off.
For more than that, probably.
Yeah. Then they turn the lights on, and you just see bad people in the front row like, yo, who's he talking to?
Right.
And he's just like steaming. And
I think it was just getting to him. I don't really think he was really jumping out for nobody or whatever. I think he was just, like you said, because what happened was people wasn't really feeling his bars. On top of the fact that he was kind of fumbling a little bit, his bars wasn't coming out right like they were supposed to.
Okay.
He wasn't getting the reaction that he was supposed to get, and I don't even know if he was fully really remembering his line, his bars or his lines, his rhymes, whatever you want to call them. And don't get me wrong, people were like kind of heckling or whatever,
Yeah.
but. It's a rookie mistake to just,
I feel like he had like a little breakdown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He broke
He
down.
didn't know what to do.
He didn't know what to do. So
He jumped in the crowd.
Exactly. That's what I feel like.
You know what I'm saying?
it was.
Stage dived and shit, but
yo, I was like, yo, is this the first time somebody just got body bagged, jumped in the crowd, and they were like, yo, Deuce Leader at Scribble Jam. I can't beat you, so I'm stage diving.
nah, but it wouldn't have been as bad even then if he would have just gotten back on stage
yeah.
and let John spit his third. But then when John was just standing there like by himself, and then Jakkboy like nowhere to be found, is like threw in the flag. You know?
And then John was like, yo, he
was
don't
bad
want no
after
parts
that.
of this third. And he didn't say that.
Yo, he was like, you think he's emotional now? Wait till the third. I'm like, oh. So anyway,
he didn't even get to the third. So
Yeah, I said we get that on the bullpen
So for
channel.
y'all-
Let's check that third out.
so for the
we're working
people,
on that.
So for the people that didn't see it, basically Jakkboy never came back to the stage, and they said battle's over.
Yeah,
I wanted to hear his third, but do you think John's third would have been overkill?
yeah. At that point, yeah.
No.
Why not?
I think people wanted to hear. I think right now people want to hear.
I mean, people wanted to hear it, but I feel like
I mean,
had he
he
spit
wanted-
that third after all of that shit, and let's say it would have been fire,
Yeah.
Jakkboy done.
He's done now anyway.
Yeah.
So where does,
Don't get me wrong. He could come back. Anybody could come back. He just need to come back quick.
where does Jakkboy's career go from here?
He got to start over, in my opinion.
I don't know about
He
starting
can't. He
over,
can,
but-
as far as like he can't just go back to a big stage again after this. You feel me?
Yeah, well, it depends on what he
He
got already booked.
the king of band, right?
Maybe if
Keep
he's
his ass there. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
If he's lucky, maybe he had 2 battles booked or something. You never know.
So does Jakkboy battle Mr. Wavy for like the
type shit
who
like
came
that.
back from John the Best type joint?
Right, like you got about Wavy and Dot.
Nah, the
wherever
guy.
he at,
Listen.
shit like that.
The guy can still come back. You know what I mean? He took a bad. That was a real bad loss. And I know Smack was talking about it, but he was just like, like it wasn't like no hard feelings against him. Obviously, you know, he wanted him to finish the battle. He felt like, but he understood, dude, young, you know what I mean? He got caught under pressure and took it down. So, I mean, you know, went down with the pressure. So, I don't know. I think he'll come back.
Yo, for y'all that haven't seen it yet, you don't understand, like, when he threw his chain in the crowd, the magnitude. Like, it was like a 7.8 on the Richter scale of rumbles in Houston going on at that time, yo. And I don't even, like, for you probably seen me say this when I said it was, yo, he did, John did Jakkboy like Future Trunks did Freezer, son.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm saying? It's a slice. Like, it was really terrible. And honestly, one of my things is top 20 body of all time.
Probably top 10, no? 15?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It could be 10, but I would have to really sit down and think about it because it's like Swave and QP.
Because like, he didn't even get to finish and look at like the effect that
That's
it
true.
made. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to make somebody run off the stage,
Yeah, like you ran off stage.
like no
bro.
one has ever done that before.
Yo, do you think that he was just mad and he was trying to take it out on the first dude in the crowd, or you think he was like, "How do I get out of this
Yeah,
situation?"
like that.
Yo, I
That's
think a nigga
exactly
said
what I thought it
something.
was. That's
Yeah,
exactly what I
think
thought
that,
it was.
I think that was.
He was
I
like,
think
"How
that's
the
what it
hell
was.
can I get out of this situation?" He didn't know what to do. That was his reflex.
I think it was a little bit of both. I think he was getting frustrated up there. Somebody said something because this was the second time.
Right.
Somebody said something once before, and he, you know what I mean.
This shit crazy.
And then this is the second time it happened, and he just turned around like he was gonna jump in the crowd, and
Yeah.
they said the whole crowd split. You know, twerk everybody around there and then got him, but
I'm glad he didn't end up fighting some random Houston dudes.
yeah, it'd have been over.
It would have been over for him, right?
It'd been over for him.
Shit crazy.
But,
Yeah.
but I think John should have spit that last round though, because it'd have been.
But like to himself, like he was just standing up there, like
Look, Street Hymns did it when he battled.
Actually might have been funny. What if he was like, "Fuck that, I'm saying my third verse
Right.
anyway."
he should have rapped to the chain.
No, he should have had a random
You know what I'm
dude
saying?
with Jakkboy similar hairstyle standing there with the chain.
Yeah, he would've known. But look, a couple people did it. What happened with Daylight? Was it Rome? Remember when Daylight didn't show up, or Daylight came and
And then left. While
came
Oh,
and left?
yeah,
Yeah. He came and
That
left.
shit got mad views still.
Got mad views still. Same thing with Street Hymns and who was it? QP. Remember when QP and them didn't show up? He held the whole crowd for the whole 3 rounds. Everybody was just like on heels listening to it. So.
But it was kind of like, leave Brittany alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might have just been like that. Like, all right, man, you got him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, second battle was
So yeah, John 3-0 in a
Yeah.
2-rounder.
2.5.
2.5 rounder.
2.5 and 0.
yo. It was a legit 3-0 though. That's what's crazy about it.
Right.
It's not a 2-0. It's a 3-0. Like
2.5 and 0.
No, it's a 3. Might have been a 4.
3. I mean,
2 rounds times 2 times the impact. Nigga, that's 4. So, what was the second battle? Was it
It was Shotgun Suge and Pastor.
so
crazy battle.
That's probably arguably
Battle
the
tonight.
battle of the night.
Yeah. That's crazy battle.
the only problem with Past Day versus Shotgun Suge is the dude who threw Suge the alley oop out of the crowd, like Pat kind of
No
like
shirt.
sidestepped.
I thought that was Queen's Flip at first.
Yeah.
I thought it was
I don't know
Queen's
who
Flip
threw
at
it.
first.
I just know I looked up and I saw a ball flying through the air.
No, it was the dude that had no shirt on that pulled out the
Oh,
same dude. He had a,
So, alright, niggas, I don't like no shirt niggas. And, like if you battling and got no shirt on and you been working out for this moment and all this, you earn the right to have no shirt on. But your man's like your out of shape man's can't just be behind you. Like, but it's not. It's because it's mad distracting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like mad jelly donuts behind you. You could be spitting the fires bars. It just look like wild jelly behind you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not cool. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Suge might be like, oh, it's a big nigga fest on the stage. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But anyway, but Suge,
he had the little preppy look.
I like this approach. I like this approach, man.
oh, he's fired.
The whole battle, like, you know, as far as even the attire to, like, you know, the content of his rounds and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's,
Like,
that's arguably the best Suge.
he switched it up because he knew he was battling somebody out the box. Like,
Right.
Pat Stay. You can't just battle Pat Stay like you would do anybody else on URL.
Right.
You know
I
what
guess
I'm
he knew
saying?
Pat
And he
Stay was
understood
gonna
that.
come in costume or whatever.
Exactly, exactly. And he played to that very well, you know what I'm saying?
You know what was unique? That like a lot of people who battle white dudes on street leagues. Oh, you're a racist. Oh, you hate niggers. Whatever. Right? And at this point, it's like, come on, son. But the way Suge was doing it was just making it funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I would tap this crackhead pockets, but I don't want to get stabbed by a syringe. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was hard. Everything, I thought Suge, like, the one thing, we all know Pat Stay's entertaining or whatever, but Suge is entertaining as shit. And it was just, they both big as hell, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
so it was just a funny ass battle.
And then credit to Pat Stay, man. You know, he came second time on the main stage URL. He battled Tay-Rock last time. You know, he showed that he was comfortable up there, bro. Like, it was like levels, man. You know what I mean? I feel like he beat Suge clear, but it was a great battle nonetheless. You feel me? Like, I feel like Suge was right there with him, but like Pat had him out here doing like all kind of crazy shit. Like, he was like, yo, you on rebuttal. You know what I'm saying? And he made Suge rebuttal, but then, you know, Twerk gave him that rebuttal. If you watch the battle again, you see Twerk walk up
whisper
to him
in
and
his
shit,
ear.
whisper in his ear.
No, he did?
I saw that, yeah.
To Suge.
I don't know if he gave him.
I caught that. So
He may or may not have actually gave him a rebuttal, but he said, well, first of all, Pat Stay gave him the rebuttal. He said literally
he
exactly the
told
same
him, yeah,
thing.
he was like, yo,
he said exactly
if you don't
what
say
Pat
nothing
Stay
about my
told him to
flower
say.
suit, then you're not a rapper or something like that.
Yeah,
You're not a
yeah.
real battler if you can't say nothing about my suit or nothing like a flop. You know?
Yo, you know what might have been funny that I was just thinking about? What if he was like, man, fuck your flower suit. I ain't a battler. I'm a street nigga. That would have been funny.
Something along the lines of
You know what I
anything.
mean?
You know what I'm saying? So he made Suge step out of his box, man. So that battle it had everything, man.
He did his thing.
You know, and then Pat was rebuttaling everything Suge was saying too, like as he was going, like.
Pat, but you know what though? Some of his jokes felt like I thought they was funny, but a lot with the crowd there, a lot of his jokes kind of was falling flat in the especially the second round. He had some bars.
It's the environment he in. You know what I'm saying?
But I also think he can. Like, I mean, he tickled Suge in the middle of the battle. And nobody said nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He tickled him, and nobody was like, "Oh, he's gay." Everybody was like, "Woo, that tickle was fire." But nah, like, I mean, the one thing I say to a lot of people, Pat Stay has flat out jokes, but he has a lot of jokes that are also bars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't be like, "Oh, bars over jokes."
And then he was weaving into them too. Like, he had like the jokes, and then he'd be like, "All right, y'all don't want to hear that." And then he'll go like right into the bars and shit. Like the way he could go in and out with that shit is crazy.
Yeah, now I ain't saying they weren't good, but I'm just saying that. I mean, I guess the crowd wasn't as receptive as they were the last.
Yeah. I mean, he was in London last time. You know what I'm saying? You know, London was going to eat that shit up. He in Houston. It's kind of different. URL, you know what I mean? So
now, my whole thing is when you talk about versatility, Pat Stay is one of the best battle rappers. Like ever.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Where does he sit now that he's been on that stage? Like where does he rank for y'all?
He's like the top white rapper ever to me. Like battle rapper.
No, but I mean, but just like regardless though, like what like where does he rank amongst everybody active?
Nah, yeah, I ain't want to pull the race card. That's corny. Fucking, he's a great man in my eyes. I mean, I really don't rank him in a certain, like, I don't have like a number for him and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But he's definitely like top 20.
Would you say he's a legend?
Yeah, definitely.
I think he's top 2.
Yo, he carries Canada on his back. Like, that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like they great hope right there. Like,
yeah.
People
don't realize he's one of the few people that's been rapping since the very beginning. Not necessarily since the beginning of the
Grind Time.
What other Canadians getting booked besides franchise is on URL.
But I'm saying as far because when you talk about legend, it got to be there's a skill, but there's also like some sort of time limit or whatever.
Right.
But ever since
Pat's been around.
And that's what I'm saying. Ever since battle rap, arguably the first battle league on YouTube.
On him. And then I'm glad that he mentioned he said it to the Source the first time, right? And then he mentioned it again this battle to kind of like get the URL crowd familiar with that, you know what I'm saying? And I found it dope that he mentioned it, you know what I'm saying? Because it's true, like, you know, Direct watched that, you know what I mean, back in the day before the Grind Times and all that. And Pat was kind of
shout
like
out Elements League.
Yeah.
But you know what also, I just thought about it too, because you was talking about his jokes was going well out there in London or whatever, but it also in New York too. You remember he battled on RBE. He battled.
We battled
Verb. He battled.
Verb.
I
was there.
I
was there. Yeah.
Verb, and he battled the week before. He battled. Was it Ill Will?
Danny Myers.
Danny Myers.
Pat Stay battled Danny Myers.
Pat Stay and Danny Myers. And he was talking about, damn, how you got that many kids and all that shit.
I gotta go back and watch that one.
That shit was
really. You was there too that time.
Was I?
Yeah, you was there.
So,
I don't know.
if you see it, you'll be like, oh yeah.
I got you.
But basically, and here's another thing, because I don't want to play Suge, but I feel like after every battle, Suge be like, yo, how I do it? And I'd be like, yo, it's fire. But I feel like I'm always like, yeah, Suge lost. You know what I'm saying? And I think just for Suge watching this to understand, it's like, I feel like when people watch Suge, it's not. They don't watch him to win or lose.
Yeah.
They watch him to be entertained by his style. So he's kind of like lose proof. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
unless something crazy was
Nah. But you can say that about other ones. But this battle here, he had bars.
He did.
No, he did.
He had bars.
He did.
I was like, dang.
He did.
Well, Pat Stay is like an elite wordsmith on top of being like the funniest battler.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like an uphill battle. But I just feel like the one thing Suge had that was like, this nigga ain't a street nigga. He a corny white boy. He played into it perfectly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With Suge, it's like what you get is what you see. But people want that. Like the one thing I like about Suge a lot is that a lot of battle rappers, like they'll come into a different crowd, or they'll have a different type of opponent, and they'll like won't be themselves and they'll mess up the battle. And it's like, you got booked because we want to see you.
Right.
And he just like every single time he Suge, and like you can count on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whoever you put him up against, if they a little loud, if they willing to shack attack and slam dunk on him, it's gonna be hot. You know what
For the
I'm
record, Pat Stay did get dunked on too. With the oop.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
I thought he
tried to move out
sidestepped it a
way.
little bit.
Yeah, listen, if somebody coming down the lane and you sidestep and he dunks, you got dunked on.
Yeah.
All right, so he got hit with a dunk technicality.
No, he got dunked on.
All right, so-
I mean, if that's a thing, I mean,
All right.
for battle rap, he definitely got dunked on.
Shack Attack, was Shack Attack a good dunk back?
That was fire.
My daughter's half
He's
black.
at pocket tap. Shack attack.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck it, Shack attack.
Was that a rebuttal?
Nah, it wasn't a rebuttal. I think he had it
He
like
had
that.
it, yeah, he had it.
He just like I think he was like, all right, if he harps on the race thing too much, I'm gonna say my daughter's half black. But see, and that's what's so ill about Pat, that like he said something serious like my daughter's half black, and people were like, you can tell some people like, we don't care, white boy. And so he was like, fuck it, Shack Attack. Like in the middle.
Right,
It's a good strategy
Yeah,
to be
yeah.
able to jump back and forth. But
Yeah.
I think we all had Pat winning, right?
Yeah, clear.
So
But like I said, the battle of the night, arguably, you know what I'm saying? It's between two battles in my opinion, but that was
I think every round was close. Every round was close.
Yeah, it was all it wasn't like no cakewalk for Pat. I mean, it kind of was, like, as far as like I feel like he won clear, but like Suge was fighting the whole way through. Like it was, I liked it
I
from
think
both
somebody
sides.
could argue either way.
I think if you just didn't like a
Depending
lot
on
of
what
the
you like,
shit,
I guess, right? If you don't
Pat
like
was saying,
jokes,
yeah, you could say Suge. But I just think the versatility Pat displays makes it hard to have that argument.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But so Arsenal and Av, I think this is gonna be the fastest recap.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about this battle for real.
I thought it was a bad matchup going into it.
Yeah, like that was my smoke break battle. You feel me? Like I barely watched it.
Yo, you planned on it being the smoke break, right?
Yeah,
You didn't
like I
give
knew.
it a
No.
chance?
I watched it. I tried to watch it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And then I walked out like midway through the first round. Like I knew it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So, but here's the problem with the battle though, right? So, like Arsenal did crazy against Torque recently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
Avs
fire.
did crazy against everyone he gets in a bar fest with, right?
Right.
It's just like you got the disrespectful dude that you don't look to for the most incredible bars on paper versus somebody that like is a back-to-back punchliner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think it makes for a good fight.
It don't. Like there's no storyline behind it.
Yeah.
Like where did this battle even come from?
just filling up the card.
Yeah, to fill it up. Like, oh, it
Maybe-
sounds nice.
maybe Houston
They
wants
ran down
Arsenal.
and like list of names that they had. They was like, oh, Arsenal Avid. That sounds nice. Let's put them together. Like, you know what I mean? That shit didn't make no
I wouldn't
sense
have did
whatsoever.
it. I wouldn't have did it, but I think
To give credit to Av, he did good on his part. You know what I'm saying? Like he smoked Arsenal or whatever. You know what I'm saying? 3-0.
a lot of people had Arsenal have 3-0.
Yeah, you know, like he did good, but like I also feel like Av, he has bars, but he just does the same shit every time.
I also feel like Arsenal, like the way he writes, he'll just be like, "Your girl got a booby butt and she sucked dick through a fruity cup." You know what I'm saying? But it'd be like he does that because he don't got nothing else to
Nothing
say to
else to
you,
say,
so he
right.
just like.
He go through the motions with it. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
you know what I mean. Like I don't think it was like, oh, he prepared his hardest. He was just
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna get this money and be
Right.
Houston and
That's
chill.
how like the whole
You know?
battle felt to me. Like,
Yeah,
that's why I walked off. Like, fuck this.
that's
battle.
why you
Like,
need battles with the Jakkboy John.
exactly. And look
like
what
that.
happened with that. So
But I do want to say that the swag and surf joint, the loading
bar
up
was
the
hard.
shotty. He, oh no, please don't got me. Oh no, please he got me. Now he reaching out for swag and surf like this polo on his body.
yeah, that was fire.
I like to say first of all, people was already swaying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know I got the swag.
Is that like Av trying to like incorporate performance?
Yeah.
In this shit now?
So
Your first performance, bro?
Look at you, bro.
Performance bar too, bro.
You was surfing too, bro.
Look at you go.
But that was hard, man. That was one of my favorite bars of the battle, just because that song obviously is like
catchy shit.
But yeah, I don't know how he's about 52. I don't know how he knows the dance or the song. Maybe he got a niece, nephew,
right, something,
cousin. Maybe his kid's kid was in college when that joint dropped.
BT James played it one late night one time.
Wow. But yeah, Av, keep swagging and surfing, man. Av won.
Yeah, he won, man, 3-0 in the lackluster battle. So,
yeah.
But
that has at least replay value.
At least replay value.
K-Shine and Rum Nitty, man.
That was another good.
That was amazing, bro. Like,
I wasn't a big.
I thought it was gonna be battle of the night. Mm-hmm. It wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, but in his own right, like, it was just such a crazy battle. Like, Rum Nitty's second round was like one of my favorite rounds of the night. It was like a godly second round. Like,
he's the second round king right now. Like, cause his shit versus T-Top was crazy.
That was the last card, right? The resolution.
Waving the little can like Murray's grease.
Yeah, that was fun.
I think K-Shine though, I think he's solidifying his. I think I was telling you yesterday, he's solidifying his spot as possibly
one of the GOATs,
the best person in Harlem, at least, definitely.
Yeah,
and possibly one of the GOATs.
Nah, but I'm glad you said that, because me watching that battle also made me feel like, yo, K-Shine is like one of the best right now, bro. Like, undeniable, like, he is top 5.
I thought it was undeniable before this.
Yeah, but I think this, like, because Rum Nitty right now is considered like the best puncher in the game and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So for him to go against that and come out still winning, don't get me wrong, like, I feel like he was damn near about to lose. Like, in the third round, like, Nitty was like a choke away from winning damn near. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he choked, and then Sean capitalized and took it.
But there's nobody Sean can't beat. Who can you say you can't beat?
No, well, I think that in certain I think everybody got one battler that's an awkward matchup for them that they might not do that good against.
Maybe his next one.
And I was gonna say like Lux. I think it would be mad awkward for Sean to battle Lux.
Yeah, it'll make sense.
You know what I'm saying? Like it might just be too awkward, and it might just not be that good. Right. You know what I'm saying?
But I was thinking about Briz Rothstein. That might be a crazy matchup, right?
I always said Shine should battle Disaster.
I'm a fan of Briz, so
he called Briz out.
No, he did.
He called Briz out in this battle.
You're right. Him and Hollow, right? It was him and Hollow.
He called out Briz.
I'd rather see him and Briz than him and Hollow. That don't make sense. Like how you said with Lux, like him and Hollow don't make sense.
I think him and Hollow would be better than him and Lux.
Yeah, but But Briz, I think, would be like matchup wise, like.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy because the whole performance action.
Because
to me, Briz is one of the top right now. Like if I go with my
too.
favorites right now,
me too.
He's definitely up there.
I fuck with Briz.
It's the energy thing, man. They'll be in each other's face, sweating on each other, and each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The first round, I thought Rum Nitty's first, like Rum Nitty. But here's the thing about Rum, right? He's so good punchline wise that when he doesn't, like his second round was incredible. Yeah. But when he doesn't have a round that's incredible, it's just good. I feel like people will be like, yo, it was incredible. You have to listen harder. Yeah. I didn't think it was all that definitive of a win. Like I thought the first round was mad close.
I feel like Sean got the first. Rum clearly got the second. And then the third, like I said, like Rum was on his way. And then he had like the little gap choke that he had. And then Sean came back and won that. So Sean 2-1 in my opinion.
I think if Rum Nitty didn't choke in his third round, the player 89 shit might have hit harder for Sean. Because it was kind of like, after Rum Nitty choked, it was like, yeah, Sean, you kind of won, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I really think like the niggas would have been like hanging off of every word, like, yo, what is that 89?
Right.
Shit, I didn't have that be alive.
That joint was hard. Like,
and he said fake mic. It's the fake mic.
You realize that's 20 years ago. It's people that watch battle rap now that wasn't even born.
That's mad crazy.
That's crazy.
How old are we? How old are we?
Older than 20.
Right. Keep it at that.
You gotta be at least 25.
So yeah,
25, 26.
K-Shine won, yo. And for people who watch battles and be like, no, but Rum Nitty still got it 2-1. It's just certain things in battles that you can't do. You know what I mean? Like it has to be like Lux Calico, where like the third is so incredible and monumental that like it can't just be a close battle and you're like, I prefer this guy even though he choked.
Right.
You can't do that. He lost. It wasn't a bad loss. It got mad replay value. You know what I'm saying? But he lost because he choked.
But you know what though?
And it was a bad choke because he kept going back.
He showed a lot of progression though, as far as with performance and stuff like that. He was doing a little more movement. He was, working the stage a little bit more.
Well, out of all the punchliners, I think Rum Nitty does the best job at like incorporating movements into what he's saying and not bore you. You could say conceited too, making faces and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I think those two, as far as just put it on a whole performance, got it. But yeah, Rum Nitty won. I mean, my bad. K-Shine won 2-1.
It's kind of late, yo.
I give it 2-1. Surf versus Geechi, man. I'll let one of y'all talk about it, man.
This is like my other contender for battle of the night. It probably was battle of the night. You know what I'm saying?
First round. Who you had in the first round?
To be honest with you, bro, like I can't really remember like round for round with this battle. I just remember like all 3 rounds from both was fire. You know what I'm saying? If you like name a bar, I'd be like, okay, yeah, it was that round. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I can't really sit here.
In the first round, I know Geechi had a lot of surf flips. They were fire.
Oh, man, yeah, we was just watching that shit. The wave shit, right? The wave. That was the first round.
The wave cap.
Yeah, he had a lot of wave flips in that round.
The best one was the cut against the grain, though. I thought
that was fire.
That was fire.
Yeah, that was dope. Like, Geechi came out swinging. Yeah, and then Surf came back. I got to edge it to Surf on that round, man. I feel like Surf won.
I felt like he won too.
I feel like Surf won the battle.
2-1 or 3-0?
I don't know. I just felt like you know this is what made Surf win to me. If you watch and when they did the face off, he was like, "Yo, like you do mad struggle rap shit," and he was like, "You can't keep doing that." And Geechi was like, "All right."
Yeah, he proceeded to do that shit the next round, and it kind of took the sting out of it.
Exactly.
You know
and I think what set Surf, even though it was risky, it set him apart. Is remember in the second round where he was like, "Yo, I'm not doing no punchlines this round," and he was saying like all the shit he was dealing with during every battle that were like he didn't have a third round or whatever, and he was breaking it down.
Yeah,
I was like, "Yo, that's mad smart," because he basically like it's like you got attempted murder, got locked up, right?
Yeah.
You got shot up, you know what I'm saying? And now you're just recovering and coming back and shit.
Yeah.
Nobody can't say like, oh, you're not in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can't say that. So when you like, yo, I was dealing with such and such. Now when I had the hammer on me in Detroit, I was going through it stings that much more. It hits that much harder because people was like, yo, he's telling the story we didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So I think that gave him an edge just because it was like he planned and strategized better for the battle. So when, like a lot of people, I see a lot of people saying Geechi, and I'm not mad at that. Yeah. But your reason they can't be like, oh, more bars. Bars was better because Surf took it somewhere else. He took it to a different realm, and just I thought that was like edging him to battle. And there was a point I'm trying to think what did Surf said something where I was like, oh yeah, he's winning right now. I forget what it was, but I think it was in the second round. He said some shit.
The hardest bar of that battle though was the Geechi shit when he was talking about the voicemail shit.
Oh yeah.
Had to call the voicemail to still hear his voice and shit.
Oh yeah.
He said
that shit was crazy.
He said my man died 10 years ago, and his mom still paid a phone bill just so she can call the voicemail and hear his voice.
I felt that.
That was the most quoted bar we had.
Yeah.
The joint got like 700 likes.
Yeah.
But in Surf's defense, even though that bar was crazy, everyone shut it in. Was like, yo.
Surf called it out when he said, like, you be saying your mans be doing this and that. We don't give a fuck. That's exactly
what. But just because you call something out don't mean it's whack, though.
No. That was fire. Like but Surf can, anyone who said Geechi won, Surf can be like, that wasn't about me at all.
Right.
It was like he told a story about Jim from the block.
Yeah.
Does that make him win, or is that just a hot moment?
I mean, but if you got enough hot moments, you could win.
But who you think won?
I mean, I got Surf, but
I don't know. I thought it was close all the way. Like
I have Surf.
It was close. I mean, watching it back just now with Steve upstairs, man, it was like a little bit more like closer than what we gave it credit for. Don't get me wrong, but I still had Surf winning.
I think it's debatable.
But when Geechi said that you wish you would have jerseyed out of them rounds, that shit was crazy too.
Dude, that whole thing where he would just disrespect him for like a minute or two was like. It was like, yeah, your niggas don't even rap and got body of the year. He said, he was like, yo, you supposed to keep your gun tucked under your shirt. You got a tummy tuck. All this shit. It was like, damn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now you said what you lost, like 10, 20 pounds? I bet you wish you would have jerseyed out of them runs. Some shit like that.
So
that was crazy.
I probably would give it a Surf.
Even though
we're give him second, third.
Now listen, all y'all were gonna watch this and say, "Oh, y'all all gave it to Surf." It's not to downplay Geechi at all.
Yeah, not at all.
It was just a lot of. This is like the ultimate like street battle where both people done been through some shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And like they was throwing it in each other's face, and it was just like it comes down to how you prefer to how they planned everything out. And I just thought Geechi like even in the beginning, like we're saying, ride the wave,
right.
cut against the grain, all that. Like even though it was hot, it was like you didn't have as much versatility in your planning as Surf did.
No, yeah,
that's what just.
It's like what you said. It's like I like this whole approach better for the battle compared to Geechi. You know what I'm saying? Like Geechi was Geechi.
I definitely
exactly.
He didn't really switch the game plan. He didn't really, you know what I'm saying? Like Surf kind of like just tailor made this shit a lot for Geechi and like kind of like predicted a lot of shit that Geechi was gonna do, and it showed like the chinks in his armor a little bit. Like,
I mean,
as
sometimes
the battle
that work, but just because you predict it don't mean.
You know what? I think, and I don't know if this is the battle to do it, but I think Geechi has something in common with T-Top. Remember when T-Top came out and we love every battle, but it took for him to battle Charlie Clips for him to be like, yo, like I gotta do like way more shit.
Right.
Somebody's gonna like cook me.
Right.
And not saying Clips cooked him because that was a crazy battle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like he learned a lesson. Like, yo, he was doing way more shit.
Right.
I think Geechi is gonna have to battle somebody where like a Pat Stay or somebody just gonna make him realize like, yo, I can't just like do the same thing I've been doing because somebody's going to take advantage of it. And I hope Surf taking that approach kind of stops Geechi from getting caught slipping while he's still up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was a great battle. You know what's funny? Even like you could say Geechi and Surf or Suge versus Pat was battle of the night. But even though it was a body, like I just enjoyed John versus Jakkboy. So that shit was bad.
You can say it's entertaining.
It was the most entertaining shit that happened at the event.
It's really John and
and for it to be like the first battle and like the energy in the building was crazy. You felt that shit. So
it was John and Tay-Rock versus Jakkboy and his chain. You know what I'm saying? It was
or lack thereof.
Yes. Wow. So then the main joint before we get up out of here. Verb and Loaded Lux. Now y'all
tongue load for him.
You've been waiting to say that. You looked at me
like, wait.
Who said that?
Lux.
Lux said I got a tongue load for him.
That was the first round.
Healthy.
That's crazy. I think on first watch I said Lux won the first round, and even though Lux was good in the first round, he had a solid first round, it became glaringly obvious because Verb's like his first minute just like wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? He should have jumped right into it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And it wasn't even a minute. Like
Verb always
like half the round.
Verb always does that. Like he it takes him a while to build up into his little stories and stuff like that. He always.
I mean, he did it with Mook. You know what I'm saying? Like
he did it with he did it with everybody.
That's just what to the extent.
That's his thing, man. First, he gotta wake niggas up. He's a rooster.
Yo,
I
am a rooster.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, that shit is. Yo, Verb, that was not it, Chief. That first round, like maybe in the building it seemed different. Maybe in the building people just felt the vibe, energy different. Like, yo, I was like appalled with hearing like the Houston crowd.
Appalled?
Yo, when they said 3-0, I'm like, yo, what are y'all watching right now? Like,
let me tell you something. When I watch it,
and then let's keep it real, right?
No, when I watch it,
now that I'm here, right?
No, when I watch it, I was one of the people saying 3-0. I was one of the people saying 3-0.
Right.
Word?
I didn't like the beginning of his first round, but I just felt like, I guess the momentum, and when I was watching it, I guess I wasn't really counting for rounds like, oh, who got the first, who got the second. I was just listening for it, and I wasn't as impressed as I thought the first round was going to be from Lux. You know what I mean? So then when Verb came, it just felt like, I just felt he had a little bit more momentum going out. I felt like that was a close one. It could go either way.
Right.
But I kind of just was like, I think it was Verb. When I went back and looked at it, you know what I mean? Then I was like, nah, I think Lux clearly got that first one.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, look, I did.
We just rewatched it. about an hour ago. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think you can argue that Lux didn't win the first round.
Nah, I don't think
Right.
Second round is where the whole argument is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's obvious that Lux lost the third round.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. So it's clear that Verb lost the first. It's clear that Lux lost the third. So the second.
But it's
is
more clear that Lux lost the third than he won the first. In my opinion.
Nah, hell no. Nah, come on, son.
It's more clear. Cause
I showed y'all the reasons why. Son, he had like a whole 2 minutes of dry spot. Verb, I'm talking about.
Lux's whole story in the third was a dry spot.
Both of them.
That was a dry ass.
Both of them had dry stories. Is basically.
All right, we'll chalk it up.
So we cancel out those first and third rounds, right?
All right.
So
the
then
real battle was the second
it
round.
come down to the second. Lux got that easy to me.
Easy?
Yeah.
How, Sway?
He got it easy, bro. If you listen to like the coherence of the whole round, like it's just different, bro. Like Lux, like from the time he started the second round to the end, like it was solid the whole way through. And then he had crazy lines. He had mad shit in there that I like more than what Verb said in the second.
So all right, this is the thing that's gonna give people illusions of grandeur when dealing with Verb and Lux. Now, Verb and Lux are more wordy. They're known as lyricists, and they, like I said, this battle was abstract as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
It was.
So like they say things other people won't say, and because of that, people are drawn more to it, and they're more attentive to little things, right? So like a lot of the brilliance in what they say in this battle that was good was like the setup lines and stuff like that. Not only just the punchlines, because they got unorthodox ways of putting their words together. But with that being said, it's kind of like, yo, I don't know if there's anyone worse than the Beloveds when given
the Beloveds.
When like if Lux say something, Lux would be like, oh, listen, handsome. It's like going to your prom. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, niggas, yo, cause your prom, you're handsome. You know what I'm saying? But like Verb, I don't feel like his fans are that deep. They're just like, yo, Verb is the best lyricist. They don't want to hear nothing. You know what I mean? But like, and this is what's making this argument. Like I'm looking at
that second round, he came off though.
Round, yeah, they both did.
But that's when he came off with the heart, with the locket, and the.
That wasn't even.
You didn't like that. All right. Is that the breaking point for you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of his shit was overhyped.
Like
niggas was just happy to hear Verb rap multis and shit.
Okay, but let's break that down, right?
And I ain't hating on Verb. I don't even want Verb to even watch this and be like, yo, y'all niggas hating on
open
me.
Heart,
like nah, like that. This is
he
how.
Said picture. What he said? Picture this, open heart,
no,
like a locket.
He said I put bread on him like the stock exchange.
Yeah.
Picture. I'm fucking it up. Picture open heart. Something like a locket.
Like
chain.
A locket chain,
like
some shit like chain. That. Regardless, like all right, it was cool. Like all right.
Then he had the Doctor Strange joint. What's his
That was fire. That was the way. Yeah, he followed up with that. That's it. What else?
I memorized the whole verse. Like,
yo, you can't do that because when we did our recap right after, they're like, yo, I hate when niggas be like, what else did he say in that rap? Niggas just watch a whole long ass lyrical
rap. The whole rap. And then what? All right. So then what did Lux have? Lux, he comes out.
That Offset Quavo shit.
All right, now let's talk about that. Right?
The fully loaded 9. That was crazy.
He started with the mosh pit, joint.
Exactly. Look, see, we could name them. I can name like different spots.
You hear June's voice. He's like, yo, see, the mosh pit was crazy in the locket.
It was crazy, bro. It was crazy.
But listen, right?
Yo, Lux's second was special, bro. In my opinion, like that's the Lux I wanted to hear all 3 rounds.
I thought they both had like
I kind of gave it. I'm not gonna lie. I gave it to Verb.
The second round?
Second round, I gave it to Verb.
I say on first watch, I couldn't understand why anyone would give Lux a second round. On the second watch, I was like, okay, I understand. I think I still prefer Verb.
Wow. That's how I felt. That's exactly how I felt.
Because
here's
but how was Lux that separated from Verb to you? That's what I want to know. Like, I can understand if you were like, yo, it's close, but I just like everything Lux said.
Yo, yeah, that's exactly what I felt like.
But you also said something earlier that I thought is interesting because it made me watch the second round with a different eye. You were like, Lux shit is way more cohesive than Verb shit.
Right.
Like, everything he said went together in a certain way.
Right.
And you said that you thought Verb when he was like, I got pig blood and stuff like that. You like, it throws it off.
It throws it off, bro.
Now, but what's the
you
difference?
call himself a brave kitten? Was that what he said?
No, he said saber tooth. What he
He
said?
said I'll make a saber tooth look like a kitten.
Yeah.
Nah, that's not even. He didn't say look like. He said he called himself like a brave kitten.
No, he said no. His whole point was that he was saying he's making a saber tooth look like a kitten.
Right.
But shit like that, it's like, bro, like, come on. Like,
But all right. So that's not. You don't look at that like it's painting a picture though.
Verb has a weird way of painting pictures. He'd be like, I'm Satan's brew, witches, stew, something. And, you know,
They both have weird ways of painting their pictures.
Nah, not Lux. I mean, Lux paints the picture very vividly. So I'm here to paint the Lord's picture, like, you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes.
But
and then sometimes
it falls flat like it's third round. I give you that. But that's like his wackest round in how long?
I can't lie.
That's like the wackest Lux round ever.
What is?
His third. Where's Verb?
No, his third verse Mook.
Nobody remembers that shit.
That's why it was the wackest.
Nobody remembers.
I can't even.
I was there at Total Slaughter, and I pretend like that shit never happened.
Oh, you was at that one? I didn't go there.
You left your coat.
That shit never happened, bro.
But did you not feel like it was a different vibe there though? It wasn't like the normal battle rap crowd, yeah.
In the building, it felt very like stadium-esque. You know what I'm saying? Like they had like the whole shit. Like it was like in the middle. Like a pit in the middle, and then like they had us like around like a ballroom type shit, like, you know what I'm saying, kind of like how like the Cassidy and Resolution shit was.
But I'm talking about as far as like the crowd, like the type of crowd, the feel for the crowd.
Nah,
like for instance, like that No Mask joint that was out there in, on the West Coast or whatever in Oakland. Like it was so many people that wasn't the normal battle rap crowd that when Arsenal started talking, you know what I mean, about people's moms and in the casket and stuff, they was like ready to fight. They weren't trying to get like
No Mask. You talking about when he battled Mr. Fab?
Wasn't that the No Mask?
No, that was one of the Battle of the Bays or something. The dude Teddy Grizzle that did the Arizona joint did that. I know you're talking about. Yeah, you got E40 and all them like who these niggas talking about his mom's cut. Like that shit crazy.
So that's what I'm saying. Like it seemed like it was a different vibe because one thing I realized about Lux, one of the things that makes Lux so good is that people actually give him a chance. When they're coming, like when he came against Calico, when he was messing, even when he was choking,
I ain't gonna lie.
Like nobody booed at all.
No, you're right.
People was like, well, maybe he's tricking us.
He was looked at
like
exactly.
People listen intently to him, even when they don't know.
He built that though.
Exactly.
Some of it is just off because he didn't rap for 10 years and he came back and people was like,
I remember when he choked versus Calico, niggas thought he faked it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like
that's
people,
how much pull and power to do.
People give him. People
he
will
was
give
looked
him
at like a god. Like he, like you know what I'm saying. Like
people give him
god. Like he can't be touched.
People give him and Daylight. They do it for Daylight too. They will listen to Daylight.
Daylight will
go through a whole bunch of
nonsense. People be quick to boo Daylight.
Nah, not quickly.
But it's not a real boo. It's like a boo. Do something else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But my whole point is that they will give him a lot of time and like really listen to it. They didn't do that at Total Slaughter. At Total Slaughter, people didn't know what he was saying. They was like, boo, this dude is trash or whatever. They wasn't giving him the normal battle rap. Let me give him a chance.
Like, you can't do that stupid shit.
I didn't like what he was saying too much, but at the same time, I know people used to give him more time. What did he say? Like, you forgot your keys in the coat and all this type of stuff. Like,
I hated it.
I just wasn't feeling that too much either.
But
I felt like a normal battle rap crowd would have gave him more.
Yeah.
Yo, getting back to this battle real quick. I think if we break down styles, Verb has an unorthodox way of meshing his words together, and what is it? To take you to a deep place and explain to you why I'm more creative than you and shit, and why we're in the deep place, but my body's also clean. Lux's style, like I say this, and I don't know if people think it's a diss, but puzzle rap, right? Mm-hmm. When you put a puzzle together, you take all these pieces scattered around and you bring it into a picture.
Right.
That's what he does. He'll be over here with it, and even the way he moves, it looks like it. I came all the way here just to crack it.
You know and Lux don't do that?
That's what he's saying.
No, that's what Lux does. You know what I'm saying? But I think Verb's, the reason why people react to Verb, even when it's a line you don't like, is that he can rap really well, and while he's building up, like, we look at things in terms of 4 and 8 bars. Mm-hmm. While he's building up from the first to 8 bar, it just sounds so crazy the way it's coming together. Especially when he speed up, he builds like an anticipation in the live viewer, and I think that's why when you be like, man, that shit, why are niggas reacting to that? It's because they got you like,
right?
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I think that's a skill. in itself, though. You know what I'm saying?
But here's the thing. The thing with Lux is, though, the one with Lux is he does it every time, is that when you go back and listen to it, a lot of times you can hear stuff that's like, oh, that's
It's
what
layered. It's stuff is super layered.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
You know what I'm saying?
Whole rewind fine thing.
I mean, but this is
This
also
shit age like wine, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? The first time you hear it, it's like, oh, what the fuck you talking about? But then you go back and you listen, you're like, oh shit.
But my thing, to me, you know what I mean? I feel like battle rap is decided in the building or in the, that first watch.
But there's some particular battles. I was gonna bring this up too. There's some particular battles where like you get online, like Conceited and Goods, like when you watch it, that's like, yo, Conceited was saying all type of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And Goods was just like, take this
Like a
shit.
banana.
You gonna split like a banana.
But it's the difference between like a party song and a hard verse, something with a hard verse. You know what I mean? In the club, when you're in a party, whatever, you go, oh, this song is way better. You know, it might be Nelly or something. You dancing or whatever. Yo, this song is harder. But then when you actually got a time when you sitting in your car, you going to work or you doing whatever, and you actually can listen to it and dissect the bars, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, this Nas or this, you know what I'm saying? Whoever is really somebody that, that's breaking some stuff down that you really want to hear and break Kendrick or whoever it is that's really breaking it down.
Right.
So I think that's how it is when it comes to a battle, because you guys, when you first listen, it's like when you're there and you're in the moment, you're like, you waiting to be like, oh, that was hard. Oh, that's hard. You know what I'm saying? You only have a few seconds before you waiting for the next bar.
Right.
You're not trying to think it like, you're not trying to do no equations and stuff like that.
But that's another thing too. You got to give battle fans credit, especially live battle fans, because it's like you might be drunk, your girl might be like, oh, let's go, babe, or you might be hungry or whatever.
Yeah.
But you, after watching 5 other battles, you sit down for Loaded Lux and Verb, just be mad quiet, and you have enough wherewithal to be like, because this happened like this and this, and yo, niggas, you can't get this. And you're like, woo, I got it in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
You have to have a certain IQ to even be able to sit there and do that.
But you know what though? But I also credit the battlers too for doing that, because certain battlers being able to know what's in the realm of being captured and what's not. You know what I mean? As far as understanding, and we all know that the battlers that definitely can go deep as hell and get down into it. And like you said, when you talk about legacy, people don't realize these things are gonna last on YouTube for perhaps ever. It might be 50, 60, 100 years. Who knows how long YouTube, well, I don't know.
Well, the internet is.
URL is talking about taking the step off and just putting it on the app. I don't know about that. But potentially, these things will last forever. So when somebody goes up, and people's kids, grandkids or something get up and they look back, they might look back and say that, oh, this dude was way better or whatever, because they have the time to look and dissect and break it down.
Right.
But when you in the building and when you right there, a lot of us, all we thinking about is right now, right in the moment. If there's judges, when the judges gonna judge? They not judging next week. Right. They not judging next Wednesday.
Well, I'm gonna give it Jim.
Gonna judge right there.
I'm gonna give it Jim, because I always want to be the one to do this, but I don't think no one will do it. So fuck it. I just say it. Like, there's a certain level of crowd noise, and that, like, when you're live at a battle and something crazy happens, like, you can feel it. And I think, like, most of these battles are like you hearing weak reactions through someone's mic that's through someone else's mic. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if they placed mics all in the crowd and like mixed it in surround sound, you know what I'm saying, brought bass in it and shit like that, you be able to feel, you know what I mean? But I'm saying, like, that's one of the many things that when you watch it on your laptop, you might be at work with one headphone in, like, yo, he's cooking him. And like when people say, oh, you rely too much on the crowd, like they were saying, like, oh, y'all pay attention too much to the crowd. Who gives a fuck what someone else thinks? No, because crowd control is one of the skills you need to win a battle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't just discount it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when we say that, it's not because we're only listening to the crowd. It's just we're also factoring in the crowd with everything else.
And also, I sometimes it helps me remember, because if a crowd is going crazy, and most of the time I'm like with the crowd, like I'm like, oh, that's hard. But then there's certain crowds I'm like, yo, that's not even hard, and everybody's going crazy for that. I'm like, yo, the crowd is gassing right there. Yeah. So I can look and be like, yo, the crowd was gassing him the whole time. It's not necessarily saying that I was going by, but I'm just knowing that I'm listening to the bars and I'm seeing that if everybody's going crazy to the same bars, generally speaking, the same bars that I'm going crazy to, then I can be like, yeah, he had the crowd. And then, like you said, it's all about momentum. You know what I mean? Knowing how to stack punchlines. Because you can have 4 punchlines that's hit haymakers, and he can have 4 haymakers that hit. But if yours are back to back to back, the card comes down and you just come back, You know what I'm saying? You might get an advantage of that. If yours is, you had one at the beginning of the round, another one a minute and 30 seconds in, another one at 4 minutes in, you know.
So, I mean, just to wrap it up. So, I had Verb, but I had him on first watch, definitely. On second watch, I'm more understanding of how somebody could say Lux won the second round. I can't even, like, I'm just saying I preferred A Verb second round because you can't launch that strong of an argument. Like, no, this is exactly, he lost it right here. You can't really do that in this battle. Honestly, I think this battle might be better than I originally thought it was. But the fact that we just had this long-ass philosophical breakdown of the mind of a battle rapper breaking down bars. You know what I'm saying? But I had Verb in a close 2-1. You had Lux.
I got Lux 2-1 clear.
So not close, just clear.
Clear.
And you had?
I had Verb.
Was it clear?
2-1
or close?
I
had close 2-1.
I thought it was close. I thought it was close, but I mean, I'm pretty clear on that. I didn't think.
I like what Lux said in the second a lot more than what Verb said in the second. Like Verb rap good in the second, yeah, I give him that. But as far as just the structure and what Lux brought to the table in that second, his angles and his approach and attack on Verb in the second was the best round of the battle. So I don't know how anybody would give the second to Verb. So that's just how I feel, though.
Yeah, some of it probably.
But we're gonna agree to disagree.
Yeah, it's true. Some of it probably just the mood. You know what I mean? Whatever mood you drinking, you having fun or whatever. Like I said,
like no nigga. In every mood.
Whatever you having fun. You having fun. But I mean, sometimes Lux get in. You know.
I watched it 3 times now. I watched it twice at the crib. Watched it once over here, and then my opinion hasn't changed not once.
I thought Lux.
I kind of almost swayed them, which I thought I did. But.
I thought Lux. I mean, don't get me wrong. I thought it was a lot closer than I thought it was, but I kind of edged it to A Verb. But I just thought it was a pretty clear edge. It wasn't like I don't know. It was close.
Everything healthy versus vegan. It's a clean body.
When Lux come back, I want to see Lux in a small room. We was talking about Lux and JC
in a small
room. That would be crazy. You know
Lux in a small room would be bananas. But you look,
even Lux in Daylight. So
I don't want to drag on. Shout out to Rough Riders, but we over the time limit. Another long ass blog for y'all.
Yep.
June Peace, Steve Digi, The Rec. Thank you for tuning in once again. More podcasts coming soon. Peace. Let us know in the comments who you think won and why we was wrong about Lux and Verb.